The Weight of It All, Part 8. My mom was released from the hospital in mid-January 2007, but that wasn't the first time. The first time I remember, I was just 10 years old. She came into my room one night, eyes wide, voice shaking, and said, "Adam, they're in the walls." I asked, "Who, Mom?" She screamed, "They're in there!" I sat there frozen in my bed, heart pounding, not understanding what was happening but knowing deep down that something had snapped. The next morning, I found her in the kitchen. Her hands were trembling as she tried to make coffee. I asked her if she was okay. She looked at me, pale and hollow, and said, "I had a bad sleep." That night I woke up again, but this time to a flashlight in my face. An RCMP officer stood over me. I was in the bottom bunk. My little brother slept above me, and I remember yelling, "Don't wake him up! Please don't wake him up!" I was scared. More scared than I'd ever been. I could hear Mom hyperventilating in the hallway. I called my Aunt Shawn the next morning. She came to the house before school. Mom refused the ambulance, so my aunt drove her. I still remember the sound of that scream, when my mom ran into the garage and started yelling that someone was in her car, but there was no one there. There never was. That scream still echoes in my head. Even now, writing this, it cuts through the years like a razor. It wasn't just panic, it was pure terror. It came from some dark place I didn't understand then, but I sure do now. A few days later, I got called to the office at school. The secretary said my dad was on his way to pick up me and my brother. When I got in the car, I asked what was going on. He looked straight ahead and said, "Your mom escaped the hospital." They didn't know where she was. Later, I learned the full story. She'd pulled the IV from her arm and was found walking, barefoot down 6th Street in a hospital gown, dazed and alone. That was my childhood. Addiction was woven into it. Trauma, mental illness, breakdowns behind closed doors, while we smiled at school photos and tried to act like everything was fine. But it wasn't. It never was. When I was 8 or 9, my Uncle Philip, my dad's brother, died from alcohol abuse. His liver basically exploded. He drank himself to death on Francis Street. I remember helping with bottle drives for Cubs. Dad loaded up the truck bed with beer cans from Uncle Phil's house. That year we raised a record amount for the pack. Funny, right? Raised by the chaos of alcohol, and somehow I grew to love the stuff. Like it was in my blood. Like I was supposed to inherit it. By the time I was 13, my mom was having seizures and I was getting expelled from school. A kid is supposed to worry about scraped knees and homework, not whether their mom's going to make it through the night. But that was the hand I was dealt. And the story continues.